people have a 12-hour day and it's like,
those are not the words that came out of my mouth.
No. I know what you mean, and I agree with you to some degree, but like, don't say like the hardest or the
That's not what I said at all.
The most passionate. You said the most passionate.
I said some of the most passionate people in
Yeah,
esports.
but they are extremely passionate people. They're passionate people all around the world, man.
Guys, let me tell you about the Home Story Cup crew, because these guys are incredible. Yes. Home Story Cup 4, one of the longest, some of the longest days that you can get as a production member, as somebody that's either a player or a caster. But the people behind the scenes are the ones that are really working hard. Dennis ran that event with like a team of volunteers and guys working for less than minimum wage. These people basically just gave up
whatever plans they had.
72 hours of their lives just for StarCraft and for esports, and that's what I mean when I say passion, because they didn't walk away from it with something lining their pockets. They walked away from it with a weekend of esports memories.
Well, man, same can be said for us. Okay? Let's give ourselves a little shoulder back.
That's true.
No, I really love the Home Story Cup events. Ever since Home Story Cup, you know that Home Story Cup is also the only tournament that really got me into casting, because I didn't even want to cast Home Story Cup 1. But Dennis kept convincing me. He's like, come on, Kev, I got this little idea. We're going to have the Muslim at my place, Hazelubs, you know them well, they're friends of you. There's going to be this other guy, Zocker, and I didn't really like Zocker back then. You know why? This is a true story. I played the ladder game against Zocker, and he 4-gate, 1-gassed me, and then like the Korean 4-gate, so he took the probes off the gas. And I was really mad on Zocker, because he only wiped in Zealots in my base. And I don't know, I said something obnoxious like, I don't know, like choke on a rock, something like that. And then I played another game against Zocker, and I had to pause the game because someone was knocking on the door. And then I just run to the door really quick, but the office was big, so I run back, and I run behind the PC, and the first thing I see is like 8 stalkers in my mineral line, while all I have is 1 gate. So he unpaused the game. I was like, oh my god, Zocker. So I had like this big grudge against Zocker. But then the first time I actually met him was Home Story Cup 1, and we spoke about it. He's like, well, you told me to choke on a rock, so why would I wait for your fall? And we spoke about it, and ever since then I've been really good friends with Zocker. But yeah, that was the first StarCraft 2 tournament that I ever casted, man. Home Story Cup 1.
Zocker, one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
One of my favorite pros, hands down, bar none. Such a cool, just chill out, mellow guy.
German scene is just awesome, man. It really is.
It is absolutely awesome, man. One of the German esports scene is one of the only like completely self-sufficient esports scenes in the world. Like you don't have, even in America, you don't have a purely American tournament circuit. You don't have that anywhere else except Korea, honestly. Well, Russia as well has some of that stuff, but we don't hear much about the Russian scene, even though it is quite big.
I wish I really hope that I can go to a StarCraft 2 tournament in Russia once. Been to Ukraine a few times for IEM and also the WCS of the Russian Federation and Ukraine Nationals, which was awesome. I don't know, man. I've always had a soft spot in my heart for the Eastern European scene. I love those guys. I think they're awesome, because a lot of them are so hardworking. You know, Verdi. Big shout out to the Russian Protoss Verdi. Had a very good run at IES, IESF, which also allows me to give a big shout out to Munchi. I believe in the German scene they call him the
Unbelievable,
the Affentode or something. Affentode.
I call him Release the Kraken.
Munchi. Munchi released a lot of things at IESF, and I really hope that his Kraken was one of them, as he won that tournament, man. Fantastic performance by Munchi.
Munchi's Kraken was being released all over the place during IESF.
No, a really great performance, and I think it's awesome. I believe that Munchi is still teamless as well. I might be mistaken. He might still be on the roster of ESC IC Box. So if he is, guys, I'm sincerely apologizing. Obviously, I can't really catch anything of, or I mean everything of the European scene, but I thought that Munchi left ESC, and I believe that he's teamless. But
3-gate Robo from Titan. He's also got the Twilight Council done, so it looks like Blink Obs, whereas Sage is playing pure Robo style. He does Robotics Bay down already off of just 2 gates, and I have to wonder. I think I wonder the same thing you wonder.
I don't think so.
What do you wonder?
You have no idea what I was wondering.
Yeah, but I want to know.
No, it's not appropriate for camera. I have to censor myself again.
You're wondering about Munchi's Kraken.
Possible. I think we're going to see some Warp Prism play out of Sage, man. Speed Prism Immortal stuff. You know I like that. Unless I'm just completely wrong. And considering the fact he's playing against Blink, that might still be wrong. But No, he's just going to go for one base Colossus, 4 gates.
This is what I was wondering. Is Sage going to go for the one base Colossus push?
So you can really see that Sage turned on super serious mode again, man. There's $500 on the line, of course, completely provided by the community that follows Take. $500 is quite a lot of money.
Of course, the score in this best of 11 is 4-3 right now with Sage in the lead.
You know, Ben, like there are situations where you want to get Immortals to defend or maybe some Zealots. Right now, I think the best thing that Titan could ever do is only warp in Blink Stalkers and just optimize the mobility of that army. As long as he can dance around, buy time for himself, and then force the base trade, the higher the Blink Stalker count, the better.
Mortals are going to get in the mix, though. One Stalker
Blink wasn't ready yet.
Immediately.
Yeah, because Blink wasn't ready yet. The Zealot is going to fall as well. He could drop force fields. Titan has a sentry here. What is that lost sentry doing over here? Also, by the way, guys, a big shout out to Night End, who finished second in the ISF tournament behind Munchie, which is also a great performance.
Freaking Munchie, man.
Yeah, I think it's great that Munchie is such a good Protoss player. We hyped him for ages over a city game on Tal'Darim against Aristio.
Hang on now. Slow your roll, bro. Okay. You did not just call that game silly.
I did not.
As we see Sage marching over towards the army of Titan. 59 supply against 65. Titan does have 9 more workers.
He's going to get an Immortal, but Titan, I would love to see you just optimizing the mobility of that army. Like the moment when you start retreating to your natural, that's everything that Sage wants, because Sage beats this army in a straight-up fight.
Eventually, Sage is going to be able to force the fight, and that's the point where Titan's going to be like, oh dear, I can't really exercise my mobility.
I mean, Sage has more army supply right now, Ben, and needless to say, his army supply is a lot better as well. He has 2 Immortals in the mix and 1 Colossus. Titan right now goes back to warping in Blink Stalkers. This is going to be a sick defense if Titan makes it.
Here we go. Sage does have that pylon building. Colossus is there mostly to break force fields, and there we go. See 1 force field getting popped.
Wow, this is super patient
Sage
play.
has waited so long. I feel like he's overdoing it here. We'll see just how well it works out for him. He is now in range of this Nexus, and Titan forced to fight from an awkward angle.
In range of the Colossus, man. That's so important. They have the same range right now, as there is no thermal lens on the side of Sage, for the people who want it.
Could Sage just walk up the ramp? He could.
Yes, he could.
And that would be really bad for Titan, I think.
He's just going to take out this Nexus. Titan is still playing this super passive, man. Army supply, he even things out, but there's 1 Immortal production, which is not there.
Sage still seems to have a really good position, a bit of a wedge here.
This is the moment.
Titan is going to go for it, probes as well, and as soon as we say it, he changes his mind a little bit, backs up once more into the natural. Titan does have more workers than Sage.
Clutch moment perhaps in this best of 11 series, man. Sage leading 4-3 over Titan. Can Titan pull this one off? He has Blink.
So tense, and Sage just continuing to warp
I mean, everything is the same. Titan has a higher Immortal number as well. Titan can do this if he micros perfectly. I think he can do it. More units being warped in for Sage right now. Titan, this is
a really important warp in for Sage. In fact, gives him about 10 more army supply than his opponent. And just picking off stray units.
So many Blink Stalkers, man.
I think this is going to be it. A couple force fields go down, and once more, Titan chooses to disengage. So hard to take the perfect fight from this position.
Because there are so many sentries in the mix as well of Sage. He doesn't really have a lot of energy though, but he knows he needs those force fields to zone out those Immortals. Because if those, wow, that's a nice pick off there by Titan. Man, I love this. This is crazy good play by Titan so far. If he pulls this one off, I'd be super impressed. He's gonna work on these rocks, I like that.
4 Immortals now.
I think it's enough, man. I really think 4 Immortals is enough. As long as he kills that Colossus, there's going to be this moment where he's really going to be able to use Blink.
And here we go. Big concave for Titan. All comes down to this. He's going to have to blink his Stalker a little bit. 1 Immortal gets sectioned out and killed very quickly. Colossus still alive and doing tons of splash damage. Sage looks like
focusing the Colossus.
Maybe he's going to come out on top of this. Colossus still just about untouched. Immortal's starting to go down. Titan has such a good position, but Sage with the superior engagement and the better micro is going to crush the army of Titan. GG gets called. Sage leads 5-3 as we move into match point here. Every game from this point forward, match point for one of these guys.
Really beautiful play by Sage as well, of course, as he really never overextended, was super careful, kept warping in units, and he was on 1 base during all this, so he had to make it happen right now. I felt, Ben, that if Titan would have been able to get his Colossus in range of those, I mean the Immortals in range of the Colossus. That like the moment that first Colossus is down, it's going to be so much easier to blink Stalker micro. But as long as that Colossus is there, it's going to be a lot harder. And like Titan had blink in that fight, but when did we really see Blink being a crucial factor in that fight?
I don't think we really did see Blink being a crucial factor in this fight. Great play there from Sage. Titan maybe making another mistake here, which
Sage said GG Sugiyo, but I think he needs one more win, no?
He does.
I think it's 5-3.
Unless I'm mistaken, 5-3 is the score. This is best of 11. You have to win 6.
Sage says maybe finish.
If you want that $500.
No. Fortunately, we are able to count till 5 so far, and Dennis confirms that it's 5-3.
If it was best of 9, then
well, this conversation is gold. Sage is like, GG, Sugiyo. And then I said, you need one more? And then Sage says, maybe finish. And then Dennis said, 5-3, maybe one more? What a great esports conversation.
Well, these guys work out the logistics of this potentially final match. We are going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, guys. Game number 9 in this best of 11. If Sage wins, he cashes out. Titan has to win if he wants to stick around. Don't go anywhere. More StarCraft still to come from HomeCraft and from the NASL.